Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel where we talk about real life businesses, entrepreneurship, and how to grow wisely. In today's video, I'll be talking about something that is affecting small and growing businesses, and that thing is credit sales. Over time, we've been discussing about businesses that people can start, side hustles they can do with little capital to earn money and all that. And people have been doing these businesses quite alright, but I've noticed that there is still something that is disturbing their business. And from my survey, I noticed that that thing is credit sales. So if you have someone that comes to your shop and tells you, I will pay back next week, and that next week never comes, then this video is for you. So what is credit sales? In a layman's language, it means selling of goods and services to a customer and allowing that person to pay at a later date. In as much as this practice is good because it helps to boost sales and maintain customer loyalty, if it is not properly handled, it has a tendency of ruining your business. So, having known this, we'll be talking about the risk involved in credit sales. Number one is it reduces cash flow. We all know that finance is the life wire of every business. Without finance, you're doing nothing in your business. You need capital, you need finance for the day-to-day running of your business. So, if you keep on offering your goods and services on credit, you will definitely be left with nothing to run that business. So you are the risk of going down. You are the risk of having setbacks in that business because your goods and services are tied to people that are unable to pay you. You're not seeing your money, you're not seeing your goods, so you're definitely not going to be having the required cash flow to sustain your business. Then another risk involved in credit sales is it causes bad debts. Bad debt is a situation where you're unable to recover your money from goods and services that has been sold. It can be as a result of the demise of a person, that is death of a customer when maybe the person is sick or the person is dead, you're unable to recover your money from the person, or the person might have traveled out of your locality. You can no longer have access to the person again. These are some of the things that can cause bad debt. So when you've sold things on credit to someone and these things have happened to that person, this is what we call bad debt. You can Google it for more information concerning that. But what I'm trying to say is offering of credit sales to somebody can lead to bad debts. Then the third one is excessive credit sales to people can lead you to borrow money for sustaining of your business. When you sell things all the time to people on credit, you're short of capital, you're short of finance to run your business, like I mentioned earlier, and that can lead you to borrowing of money to be running your business all the time, because normally your business is supposed to run itself to a certain extent, but when you're always selling your things on credit, there is no money coming in, so you don't have money for sustenance of the business, so you're left with borrowing to keep on sustaining your business, which is not too good for your business. Then, having known this, we'll be talking about how to reduce or ways of managing these credit sales in our business. Like I say, business, you must sell credit to people due to one reason or the other, but it is not something that you're supposed to be doing all the time. But if you find yourself doing this kind of thing, engaging in this kind of practice, don't worry. I'll be mentioning some steps that you can adopt to reduce your excessive selling of credit to people. So the first one I have is create or set credit policies. What I mean by this is you need to know people that you're going to give out credit to, because whether you like it or not, it is not everybody that is credit worthy. You need to know the kind of customers you're going to be selling your things to on credit. Are they credit worthy? Because there are some persons that are not worthy of giving things to on credit. So you need to know your customers. You know your customers better. Are they credit worthy? Are they going to pay you as at when due? Are they going to pay you as at the agreed time? Because there are some persons you will give something to and the next day you will not see them. You understand? So these are not the kind of people you need to be doing business with. So set credit policies to know the kind of persons that are qualified to get credit from you. The second one is create credit limits. What I mean by that is try and have a limit to giving credit. You will not say because you want to satisfy a particular customer and you end up giving everything you have in your shop on credit just because you want to be the good person, just because you want to be the good seller. No, you need to create credit limits, set credit limits out. I could remember someone that came to me one certain time to buy some things on credit. I told the woman, I have exhausted my credit limit for the day. I can't give you credits because I have exhausted my limits. I could remember that very time I gave out credit items on credit worth about 10,000 naira in a day in a petty business. Then I've not known better. So I was doing that. But that very day, that woman came and I've already sold things worth 10,000 naira on credit. I checked my shop, I looked around, I wasn't seeing things on my shelf. I checked my purse, there was no tangible money there. I've practically sold majority of things I have in my shop on credit. So when this woman came, I told her, ma, I can't give you because I've exhausted my credit limit for the day. In fact, that day I was so angry. You understand? So the woman was offended. She was like, are you trying to tell me that you're not going to sell things to me? I said, ma, please, I have exhausted my credit limit for the day. So if at all you want to give out credit to people, ensure that you set credit limits. Nobody is going to beat you. Ensure you set credit limits for your business. If you don't do things like that, you'll be ruined, honestly speaking. So the third one is you can use referrals or guarantors depending on the product or services that are involved. There are some kind of items that you'll be dealing with. You will need referrals or guarantors from a buyer before you give out things to the person on credit. So ensure you do that. Then the next one is making use of receipts and invoices. Even if the person is your friend or family member, ensure that you have it properly documented to avoid stories that touch. Because there's a saying that goes like this: do business with families as if they are strangers, and do business with strangers as if they are families. I know you understand what I mean. So don't play with your business. Even if a family member or a friend comes for to do business with you, ensure you have everything properly documented to be on the safe side. Then another method to adopt is try to give credit deadlines. You can do that by setting a time for payment. It could be in 1 week, it could be in 30 days, which is 1 month, it could be in 2 months, it could be in 3 months. There are some persons that will come, they will tell you that the deadline for payment is 1 month, 3 months, 2 months, depending on the item involved. So, with all this being said, it is very pertinent to use sense while doing your business. Don't use sentiments in doing your business. If you don't do that, your business will go under. And there are some persons that come under the guise of patronage, but their aim is to ruin your business. So you need to be very, very cautious when dealing with such kind of persons, because there's something I've noticed over time. When people come to buy something from you and they are always disturbing you with credit and all that, if you're not firm, if you're not strict to a certain extent, my dear, you see that your business, they are going to help send you to the village. And the funny thing is, when these people succeed in ruining you, they will leave you and go to the next place that have that same thing they want to buy. So why not be firm and strict in handling your credit sales? So with these points that I've mentioned, I want you to try, look inwards and adopt it, and you're going to see that your business is going to change for the better. So if you find this video very useful, please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also share to persons you know will enjoy this content. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video.